Okay, then we'll not let them join. I think Sneha is not joined. And I want the students' email ID, which is not admitted in the class. Subhashish Ganguly and Snega and some other people. But Snega didn't send anything to me. I just want the email ID. Snega sent only the people who was not responded in the class or the college email. Checking. No. Okay, thank you. So, you're able to see me quickly?
No, ma'am.
No, you are not able to see me. Now, probably you will be getting it.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what we have seen so far is nothing but an a priori algorithm, an efficient method for mining frequent item sets, and also association rules. And then we have seen how we can use the support confidence framework to see the strongest rules. And we have seen how the algorithm works. Now, just extending to multi-level association or multi-dimensional association groups. See, since data mining association is seen in transactional databases, we can go for multi-association, multi-level association, and multi-dimensional association groups also. Further extended to quantitative association, or we can say that we can go for constraint association. So one by one we'll see. So whatever it is, association is seen in transactional or relational database or data warehouse. Where in the mind, that is only transactional, relational database or data warehouse. So if you consider multi-level association, we'll go for different levels of abstraction. We have already seen that what is different levels of abstraction. If we go for multi-dimensional association, it should involve different dimension or predicate. For example, rules which are related to customer buys, that is a predicate. Buy is a predicate. And also if you consider the age becomes the second predicate. I'll show you that. If it is quantitative association rule, then it should involve numeric attributes. And there should be order in. Suppose age is taken, that is, there will be order. Oh, this is what we are going to see. Finally, what I want to say is that mining multi-level association rules from transactional database. If you know this, that is more than enough. And already we discussed that what is level of abstraction or concept hierarchy or low level abstraction, higher level abstraction. If you go for higher level abstraction, we say it is generalization. If you go for lower level abstraction, we say specialization. Okay, students, anyone from the class tell me what is generalization and what is specialization? What is generalization and specialization?
Ma'am, generalization is like grouping the data in a particular group. And then specialization is like...
Mrs. Students are here?
Yes.
This is Subhash, isn't it? Who is speaking is Subhash, am I right? Who spoke to me? Just now, who answered me? Hey, come on, who answered me? Subhash? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. It's Subhash, ma'am.
Subhash, you answered me, no? Why? He's not speaking. Whatever. Okay, whatever it is. MSc students, very well you know what is specialization and what is generalization, what is aggregation. This database management, database management system, we have seen with the example. What is generalization? What is specialization?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
ma'am, generalization is like higher level of information which is not in particular a bigger group, and specialization uh, uh, if we categorize them in a particular uh, like uh, by specializing it in a particular group.
Generalization is a vehicle, transport, I said. Do you remember that example?
Yes, ma'am.
It should be in your
And
mind, that's why I take those examples. Generalization is nothing but there is no difference. It takes the similarities, remember. Okay, Subhash got disconnected. No problem, Subhash. Okay. Here, generalization is only part, but what I said? Similarities. So transport means if vehicle comes under, you can consider car, lorry, trucker, bus, whatever you want. So the general feature is it is used for transport. That is generalization. We generalize the concept. That is higher level, as Nainika said. Exactly, Nainika said that. But she didn't use that similarity. Mainly, we go for the similar items together, put together in a general form. That is generalization. That is higher level. If you go for similarity, car differs from truck differs from lorry differs from bus. Some special features. Coming down. Then we see the differences between the vehicles. Yeah, Jai Krishnan, you are right. Differences between the car. If you want to go lower level, car itself you can go for specialization, medium car, budget car, small car, like that, and model. So if you go deep level in specific, if you see the differences, then we go for specialization. It's a literal meaning of English, specialization. Generalization altogether put. That is higher level. That's what I'm trying to say. Any doubt? Any doubt? Shall we move?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
That is very important. Students, concept hierarchy is nothing but the only that when it took concept. See, if you don't understand, please ask me. Then what is the purpose of it? Mere concept hierarchy. The generalization and specialization is mere concept hierarchy. What is that? Lower level and higher level. That's all. Each level you can go. If you go upper, it becomes slowly, gradually generalizing features. If you come down, slowly specialization features. That is, up is similarity, low is specialization differences. That's what I'm saying. Concept hierarchy is nothing but lower level and higher level. Why you people are not concentrating? Any problem? Okay. Because of Diwali, I disturbed you during Saturday because the first year classes are going to happen. I've given an extra paper also. So I may feel difficult 3 papers and 2 labs. That's the reason. You don't mind not taking class today because it is already started. Okay, if you mind also. Shall I?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, fine. In that case, that's what I've given in this PPT, nothing more than that. Suppose realize that if you go for too generalization, you will not see the pattern. Okay? Strong association may not be seen if it is too primitive level, in the sense the lowest level, model. if you go for car model, only what association you will see in the car. You cannot see. Between the cars also, what model you will say, different model will be there. What association you will see? You may not be in a position to see the association. So, too low, primitive level, which has got raw data. Because of the sparsity of the data, you may not have a good pattern or a association. If you go to the higher level, the most higher level also, strong association may not be there. It is a generalized thing. I think the user should use the common sense, which level you can get the association. So that is the reason we are going for multiple level of abstraction. How we can give support and confidence level in abstraction to get all the association, and that's why we call multi-level association. Let us see this example. The task relevant data. Do you remember what is task relevant data? Do you remember what is task relevant data? Somewhere you heard, no? What is task relevant data? Don't you remember task relevant data?
Data that is relevant to our query.
Where you have studied this task relevant data?
Yes.
Oh, who is that? Who is
Ma'am, in AOI, attribute
AOI.
oriented interest.
Data mining query. In AOI, we used to extract the relevant data. Do you remember? Athar will answer the question. Am I right? Athar,
Yes, ma'am.
where we study the relevant data in database management system? So, I do not know.
I could faintly remember. I will check.
No problem at all. At least I can tell you. AOI, we used to see task relevant data by going by DML, data mining query language, and then convert to SQL, and we'll select the task relevant data by seeing the generalization of applying the generalization operator for the uniquely identified items. Okay, I don't know. I took 2 times I took because people asked to take again. Okay, fine. So these are the items purchased in each transaction. See, IBM home computer, Sony black and white printer is bought in one transaction, and software and financial management software pertain to Microsoft. Then mouse, computer accessories, some accessories. And then home computer, then financial management software and home computer. This is the way the transaction goes. Somebody buys something in one transaction. When you go for the concept hierarchy of the computer items which is purchased so far in this example, if you make it all transaction computer items related to computer item is the root. Then this is the 0 level, first level, second level, third level, fourth level, and fifth level, and so on. Okay, so all is the first 0 level, and the computer and software is the first level. Laptop is the second, or home laptop is the third level. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can make it 5 levels here or 4 levels here. Okay, why these levels are same? Why? What is concept hierarchy? Now you can see that. Putting together, completely generalized. It is computer items. That's it. Slowly coming to the similarity, yeah. Or I can go like this. You can see that IBM, Microsoft, and IBM, Microsoft, if you go, it's a home computer or laptop computer. Then if you go further for similarities, see IBM, and then we are just going for generalization, either home or laptop. And then home computer, laptop computer comes under generalization computer. Okay, fine, this is over. Then coming here, software, you can go for education software, financial management software under Microsoft. Something is here. Still, you can go for differences. Something is here in fifth level also. So generalization of this one is software. Here, if you go these accessories, the printer alone, you are going, if you see the color printer or black and white, whether it is HP Cinema, Canon, whatever it is. So color and black and white, you can differentiate. And then whatever it is, your generalization is printer. If you see here, computer accessories, either it can pad, wrist pad or mouse, whatever, anything else, mouse, and then it is generalized as a computer accessories. So you can see that the generalization go further. Now, this also related to computer, this also related to everything put together generally computer items. So, here at the 0th level, what association you would say if you say all computers? At least if you see home, laptop, this one, either home, laptop is bought along with the financial management software or printer, black and white or color, some mouse. You can see these are bought together. There is some association between them. If you go for all computers, what you will see? Nothing can be seen. That's what we are going to see. In each and every level, the threshold value can be different so that the association can be better. Mining of association can be better. That is multiple. Any doubt? Now you understood what is generalization, what is specialization?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So from this, what you see, the 0th level is generalized level and 4th level is specific abstraction level of hierarchy. Shall I proceed? Okay, fine. So the whatever I said, it is given here. But why I have taken this? If you ask for PPT, you can prepare. If you don't have books, that's why I made it in the sentences itself. See here, multi-level or multi-association. When you go for IBM computer or Sony black and white primitive level or IBM home computer and only this one, computer and printer, generalized form, there will not be strong association. And whatever I said, generalized terms will have minimum support than the items at only primitive. So whatever the support item in generalized level, you will not satisfy that. So easier to find the interesting association only in the multi-level concept. What is that? Association rules derived from mining data at multiple levels of abstraction. We call it as multiple level or multiple association rules. That too using concept hierarchy under the framework of support and confidence. Understood? There may be a question. What is multi-level or multi-level association? Okay. In general, it is top-down strategy where counts were accumulated for calculation of frequent items at each level, starting level 1 and working down until no more frequent items there. Yeah, we have seen already. We started seeing the frequent items at each level and it goes down. We have seen that. So, what are the two completely multi-level association rules? How you can make it? That is nothing but uniform support at reduced support. Either you can give the support level, support threshold value uniformly to all the level, so that whatever association comes, you can take it off. Otherwise, reduced support, level-wise, you can give the support value. Any doubt?
No.
Uniform support is nothing but all levels uniformly given. What is that? What is given? Minimum support threshold value. Only one minimum threshold value. We need not see anything. Just giving one minimum. You need not examine the item sets. Which item sets are having ancestors and having. Just give everything. Only one minimum support. See, low-level items do not occur as frequently. The disadvantage here is, if you give minimum support, let me show you that. Minimum support. Multi-level association rules, uniform support. I am giving the level 1 computer, support confidence, support is 10%. For this lab computer, support is, what do you mean by support here? What do you mean by support here?
Ma'am, the support count?
Yeah, support count. How many times the computer is purchased? 10%. How many number of computers are available in the whole transaction? The laptop computer, the laptop, how many times it is bought in the whole transaction is 66%. Computer, how many times it occurs in all the transactions bought by the customer, that is 4%. Having given, it is given their support, we are fixing which one need to be taken and to see the association rules. I think now you will be in a position to see the association by giving minimum support threshold value. That's what we did, isn't it? For frequently item set, to find the frequently item set, what we did? We compared with the minimum threshold, support threshold value. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's what. Minimum support threshold value is 5% here, here 5%. Any level. Just give the same support value. Any level. In this, what is the disadvantage? That's what it gives. Suppose, here if you see, this is 5%, some sort of, this can be included in the association. Whereas the home computer 4% will never come into this one. So if there is association also, you may not, association between laptop and computer, home computer in the same transaction, these two are bought together, you may not get it because your threshold value is given by 5%. This will be completely neglected since the transaction is 4%. Do you understand what I'm talking? What does it mean? Minimum support value means 5%. 5 or more than 5 you can select. This can be selected, this can be selected. So the association between these two can be seen only in this level. But this is completely neglected because the support threshold value is higher than the support count. Am I right?
Yes.
Do you able to visualize what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Computer down to laptop computer. See here. This is more than this. Yes, we'll input. This is more than this we can input. So we could see that some items will be involved in the association. Whereas if you put 5%, this is only 4%, which will not be considered at all when you got with minimum support value. So the association between these two may be or may not be there. But what will happen? You will completely neglect this. That's why we say computer and laptop form to be frequent, but not the home computer. That's what it is given here. Lower level items do not occur as frequently if support threshold value is too high. Miss low level association. If it is too low, generate too many high level association, which is not interested. We are not interested to get too many association will be seen. We don't want. We want only the strong association. These two disadvantages are seen by giving the uniform support value. Do you understand? Shall I proceed? If you understand this, the further what reduced support you will understand by yourself. That's why I'm repeatedly asking. Do you know what is minimum support value and what is support and how we are saying that it can be deleted? Other students, I don't want from Subhash or other person. Other students, I want to talk. I want to speak.
Understood, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Next, okay, taking this disadvantage, we are thinking of going for reduced support. What do you mean by that? Reduced support. Reduced minimum support at lower levels, because if you give high support value, as you seen here, 4% is here, you are giving minimum support value higher. So this is not a good. So reduced level of highest minimum support threshold value is given in the lower level. Slowly you can increase the minimum support in the higher level. That's what it says. Reduced minimum support at lower levels. There are 4 such strategies: level by level independent, level cross filtering by K item set, level cross filtering by single item set. This is more than one item set. Level cross filtering by more than one item set. Level cross filtering by only single item set. Level by level independent. Level by level you have to give the what is that? Minimum threshold value. Each level you give different threshold value. That is level by level. Here level cross filtering by K item set. More than one item set, you can level cross the level. We're going to see. Level cross filtering by single item set. Controlled level cross filtering by single item set. These are the 4 strategies you can give the support value, minimum support value, to overcome or get rid of the disadvantages in uniform support threshold value given in each level. Okay? Assuming that you understood, I'm proceeding because you are not opening your mouth. Probably you people are not like,
Yes, ma'am, we understood.
don't like to come to here. Multi-level association rules, reduced support. You see here? Here, the higher level is 10% and 6% for same example is taken. But you see that since we want to include the association between lab computer and home computer, we reduce the minimum support to 3%. So that whatever the association between these two or these three will also be included. That is the reason we reduce the minimum support threshold value in the lower level. Assuming that you understood, I'm going to the other strategies, level by level. Okay, here, I think MSc students know what is breadth-wise search, BFS and DFS in graph. Breadth-wise is nothing but level by level. No background knowledge is knowledge of frequent item set for pruning, not required. Each node is examined in the sense this level 1 minimum support, this level 1 minimum support. Each level it will be given different independently threshold value they are given. There will not be any problem, regardless of the parent node found to be frequent or not. You see that whether the parent node is frequent or not. A priori property, we don't see that. By giving each level required minimum support, we can get all the items into association. That's what it says, level by level. It will never be affected. We can get many number of association. Coming to the level cross filtering by K item sets. Ith level is examined. Listen, the sentence is very important. Item at the ith level is examined if and only if it's a parent node at the I-1th level is frequent. Do you understand? Do you remember this one? Do you remember this one? What is this? Hello? Item at the ith level is examined. Suppose it is 2. Level 2 is examined if and only if parent node at I-1, 1th level is frequent. What do you mean by that?
Ma'am, unless and until I-1th level is frequent, we don't move forward to the next level.
Yeah, what property is that? We have already seen, no? Frequent items are what we will do. We will make the subset, non-empty subset, and we'll check with the already frequent item set in the higher level. Then only the subsets become frequent. Do you remember what property is that?
A priori algorithm.
Yeah, a priori property. A priori algorithm is the whole algorithm to find the frequent item set and also association rules. A priori property is nothing but the non-empty subset of a set will be frequent only when the previous item set, frequently item set, are frequent. Do you remember? We used to check it. Okay, that's what it's here. Investigate more specific association from more general one. You remember the general and specific always come into picture. Investigate more specific association from a more general one. See here, if the minimum support is 12, minimum support is 12 here. That's all. It is included. So automatically this is included. The level I minus 1 level become frequent because we can include, because it's 12%, this is only 10%. Students, stop if you don't understand here. Let me not go further. Is it okay? Shall I proceed?
We won't.
We don't.
Minimum support is 12 and the actual support count for computer is 10. It is less than the minimum support number.
It is less, I'm sorry. I said included.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Sorry. That is the condition, isn't it? So minimum support is 12. We will not consider this. Once it is not considered, it is not frequently occurring. That is the purpose of going for these two subsets. Am I right? Subhash.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Because you don't see this. It will not come into picture at all. Because here itself it is neglected. These item sets are not included. Then what is the purpose of seeing the subsets? That's the meaning. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Shall I proceed?
Sure.
That's what it is given. Investigate more specific association from more general one. Of course, this is not a computer items itself not coming under the minimum support threshold value. Then what is the purpose of seeing the subset of this one? There will not be anything. You cannot see any association. That's what it says. K item sets. Okay, understood? If K item set, the ninth level is examined if and only if its corresponding parent K item set at I minus 1th level is frequent. What does it mean? Just see it here. So K item set is 2 item set, computer and printer. Support 7%. This is 2 item set. 2 items are there, computer and printer. We call it as 2 item set. Frequent. With the support count of 7%. Hence, laptop computer and black and white printer here with support of 1%, and laptop computer and color printer with the support of 2%, home computer and black and white printer with support of 1%, and home computer and color printer are examined straight. I need not explain, because this is included here. Minimum support is 5% and 7% is here. So what is the explanation here? What is the explanation here? You tell me. 7% and 5%. Will it be included?
Yes, ma'am. We will include.
Yes, ma'am.
Will be included. Once it is included, what does it mean?
We will check for the
That's it, right? So everything will come into picture. Even though it is minimum support 2%, automatically it comes into picture. We need not see that. That's what it says. K item set at ith level is examined. Ith level is examined only if and only if the corresponding parent K item set at I minus 1th level is frequent. Exactly what I was saying. I minus 1th level is, this is 2 means level. I'm not talking about the 2 item set. Remember, students, there is a difference between 2 item set and level. Okay? This is ith level, this is I minus 1th level. Am I right? Do you understand? If this is second level, this is first level. Do you understand? Then it becomes a parent level for this one. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. K item 2 item set in ith level. This ith level is examined if and only if it's corresponding parent K item set at I minus 1th level. This is I minus 1th level K item set is frequent, then only we will examine this. We examine and included because this become frequent. Okay. Here, control level crossing filter by single item set. What does it mean? Finding frequent item set at same concept level. Everything is same concept level. Rules are cost level associations. Oh, suppose what I could say. If mining association from concept levels I and J. So, mining association from concept levels I and J, where level J is more specific, that is lower level abstraction than I. What is it? What do you mean by that? So, I have an example I will show you. Oh, I don't have a example. Okay, I'll say. I and J means cross level. If you take I, this one, J level, if you give minimum support, automatically the association between these two levels will become frequent. That's what it says. Control level crossing filter by single items. So all four strategies are seen. So this is mining multi-dimensional association rules from relational database or relational dimensional or relational data values. So I think, yeah, this also, it is in sentence actually, but let me explain what is it. So this is what we call it as level, multi-level association, because you consider transactional database. So uniform support and reduced support value. These two are very important. Uniform support value and reduced support value. All four levels are very, very important. The question paper literally asks for this question. Please make a note of it. And we go for multi-dimensional association rules, which is nothing but, see, you can make it by yourself, but for completion, you have to study. That is the reason I kept it in sentences. What is intra-dimensional? What is multi-dimensional? What is interdimensional? What is hyper-dimensional rules? That's what I'm trying to, because sometimes one word question, you may get it. That's why I keep it here. What is single dimension in the sense? You can see that single distinct predicate, multiple occurrence. Only one predicate occurring too many times. Here you see, this example you can see, customer buys, the customer X buys digital camera, implies that he also tend to buy, the customer X, the same customer is also tend to buys HP printer. So the predicate buy, single predicate, occurs multiple time. Do you understand? In the sense, the association between two items set. They are coming to buy digital camera, they are tend to buy HP printer. So buys two times occurs. Same single customer, but buys same predicate occurs two times. We say intra-dimensional means within that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Two predicates are occurring, then we say multi-dimensional. In the sense, association rules that involve two or more dimensional, two predicate. Two dimensions or two predicates can be referred as multi-dimensional, that is age. And you can see the buy is also there, occupation is also there. See, age is one predicate. This age group of same customer, this age group of customers with the occupation, the customer, all the customer between the age 20 to 29 seems to be student alone. They buys a laptop. So what are the predicate? Age, occupation, and buys. So three predicates. Multi two, more than one dimensions are there. Predicate are there. We call it as multi-dimensional. So this is for multi-dimensional. And what is interdimensional? Here, no repeated predicates. No repeated predicates. Multi-dimensional association with no repeated predicates are called interdimensional. Same predicate occur. we'll see. And also we can see repeated predicates which contain multiple occurrence of the same predicate. These rules are called hybrid dimensional association rules. For example, age between the customer 2029 and laptop and HP printer. Here you can see buys and buys. 2 times same predicate is along with one more predicate, age. Repeated predicates, see, buys and buys. Repeated predicates, multiple occurrence. You know the point? Repeated predicates, multiple occurrence. Then we call hybrid dimensional rules. Here there will not be repeated. The single predicates only. Then we'll say interdimensional. These are all the one-word questions. You can see, you can make it by yourself. With this, we complete our association rules with multi-dimensional association. Okay? And one more we have. Where is it? Yeah. Quantitative association rules. Before that, we'll see what is correlation analysis. See, from association mining to correlation analysis. For an example, I can say that using this support and confidence framework alone, we are not able to see the strongest association rules. Further, we want one more control over the association rule, which can be included is A implies B with the support, confidence, and correlation. We have to see the correlation between A and B also. Then we can, to some extent, I cannot say that completely strong rules, to some extent, we can further refine the strongest rules. That's what, further refine the strongest rules. This condition is, we call it as correlation analysis. Correlation rule is measured by its support and confidence only, but apart from that, correlation between A and B. So how do you measure the correlation between A and B? There are different correlations are there, but we are considering only the lift. Lift is the formula for lift correlation analysis. To see the correlation between A and B is the occurrence of the item. Lift of A, B is probability of A union B by probability of A and probability of B. You are there for statistics. Will you know that what is this probability?
Ma'am, it's one that A comma B. That is probability of A with respect to B.
With respect to
B.
Come again.
That is the probability of probability of A with respect to B. Like the probability of A depends on the probability of B.
A depends on the
Conditional probability.
That's what I want. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good. So you know how to measure support. We know the formula. We know how to measure the confidence. We have done that. Am I right?
Yes.
Apart from that, we need to see this also. Lift of A, B, that is probability of A union B by probability of A and probability of B. Here the occurrence of items at B only, occurrence of items at B if probability of A and probability of B. Only when occurrence of items at B will be seen, otherwise A and B are dependent. What other, I think other. A and B are dependent and correlated as events. Okay, this is what we have to do along with the support and confidence correlation. And one more thing here, you can see that with it, the measure, the lift measure, if it is, how we can say it is -1 or +1, if it is equal to lift, what is the measure out of it? That's what we are saying. That from association mining to correlation analysis, if you calculate the lift value, probability of A union B by probability, this value of occurrence A and B is less than 1. We say negatively correlated. That is, A and B are negative, opposite direction. This increases, this decreases. If B increases, A decreases. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
If it is greater than 1, positively correlated, both goes in the same direction. If it is equal to 1, they A and B are independent. There is no correlation between A and B. How do you say that there is a correlation? By seeing the value of lift. -1, +1 are equal. Equal, then they are independent. Greater, positively correlated. -1, negatively correlated. Shall I proceed? So what does it mean? What does it mean? So when we want to refine the association, of course we find the strongest rules by using the confidence value. Of course we are doing it. But what happened? The confidence value, sometimes very rarely, the strong rules may not be found by the confidence. For that, I will not say that even correlation analysis will give you perfectly filter the strongest rules. I will not say like that. At least we can refine. More association rules can be included. For that reason, correlation analysis we are going for. Or else, okay, fine, we are seeing the correlation between A and B, but still, I wanted to see data item-wise constraint. You can say that. Given constraint rules, once you start taking the task-relevant data, you can go for various constraints can be given by the user or the domain experts. What are the constraints you can given to mine the process when you are looking for task-relevant data? There itself you have to guide the process, guide the mining by saying that this kind of knowledge I want. I don't want classification, association, everything. You just specify the knowledge which is to be mined straight away. Either it is association, classification, or characterization or clustering analysis. Apart from that constraint, you can give what task-relevant data you want to select for the mining. Straight, you can mention what is the data to be taken as you are doing in your practical. Then dimension level constraint, which dimension of the data, which level of concept hierarchy you want to mention. Probably to second level, third level, you can mention also. And if not, these are not okay with you, you can give the statistical measure of rule interesting to support and confidence further to refine the association. Okay? Or else, how you can give this? There are rule templates are available. Meta rules are available to mention the rules to be mined. So you can go for maximum or minimum number of predicates in the rule constraint to make it refine. How we give constraint means control over the mining, or rules and regulation over the mining. When you are doing the algorithm, you can give the constraint. This is how we are making the multi-dimensional association mining. So we have more things here, but in our syllabus, this is given only for make you aware that how the algorithm works in association, how you can restrict or constrain or refine the association between the multiple item sets which are bought in a transaction of the whole database. So I completed the association alone. Doesn't mean that we are going for a test. I think Monday you have class without fail. Tuesday you have class. Thursday you have practicals. Any holiday next week? Any holiday next week? No.
Don't know, ma'am. We have to check.
I don't think so. There is no holiday. People start coming PhD scholars. Slowly you will also be asked to come. We'll wait for the day, let them announce it. Here you see, next week completely I'll be taking classification. Once classification is over, you can go for your test, second intern, so that you will go through association as well as classification. Only clustering will be left out for your semester exam. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Next week, without file, we'll complete the classification. It will help you for your practicals also. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I think, Subhash, this week we need to meet Thursday. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Coming Thursday.
If there are no questions, shall I sign off?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
actually, you asked to remind about assignment today. You said you will be telling in detail.
1 second. Let me check whether it is in Drive. If it is in the Drive, let me show you the data managers. Please, 1 second. Let me check it. I had that data mining query language. Data mining query language. Yeah, it is there. Let me see it. Fine, it is there. Good that you asked me. Oh, what up? Enter screen, share. Data mining query language. You see here, this is the way you have to take the data mining query language. First, you have to say this is a syntax for suppose relevant data specification. This is only true for choosing the database. What is the condition? So, the query language for this syntax for task relevant data. Okay? You have to take an example for task relevant data. Students, listen. Students?
Yes,
ma'am. Yes,
Yeah, please listen. You have to take the DML for task relevant data. Examples. The kind of knowledge to be mined. Examples. Concept hierarchy specification. Examples. Interesting measures and presentation. These are all the kind of DML query which we have seen already. See here, only task relevant data. What you have to say, what is the database, which relation, what are the attributes, which order it has to be given. To select the task relevant data, you have to have all this syntax which is given in the while. So with an example, you have to give this DML. And here what example is given. You see, student names, course, grading. Okay, use the database hospital related to the attributes from what relation and what is the condition. So like that, you have to take an example. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for MSc students, we haven't done any practical for this, and like, how do we? No, ma'am, we don't have a lab for data mining.
Okay, why? Why you are saying like it now? This is not practical.
Okay, means using this, maybe it's me, Atharva.
Huh?
Ma'am, like means we have to use this syntax and then construct it using means taking examples from internet.
Yeah, of course. Who is this?
I'm Atharva.
What is this you are seeing here? I have taken this example from internet only. This is the syntax. Use database related to and this one. Okay. Why I'm asking you to, if you start taking which is syntax, which is this items, if you want, if you see that only, you will come to know what is the usage of DML, how you are using it.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Hey, we have already seen this. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am, we did it.
So this is for specification of task relevant data. Let me see for knowledge. We have seen this. Do you remember? This is the syntax for knowledge specification. What is the knowledge specification? Which is the task characterization. Then main characteristics as pattern name as measure. This is the syntax. For that I have taken an example. Analyze the class for characterization. Aggregate measure such as count and sum count. And if you go and see DML, you will understand. This is for knowledge base. See, I have taken the example. Mining characteristics, query 1. To find the general characteristics of graduate student in computer science relevant to the attribute GP and birthplace. What does that mean? What is the general characteristic? This is the knowledge to be mined. So what are the two things, attributes, GP and birthplace? For that, how do you write the data mining query? Find characteristic rule related to this attribute from the relation student where the condition is taken as graduate and major. This is an example I've taken from internet. Athar?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
This is make you to write by hand. Why I am saying this assignment, you have to write it by hand, you work out. Then all the things, see, discrimination is another knowledge. And for that I have taken example. You want to show other one? This is for association. See, I have taken an example. Find the association rule related to this from a relation student. What is the condition? What is the threshold value? What is the confidence threshold value? Now you will understand this. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
I have taken an example. Then classification. See, I have taken an example. Classification, I am giving the attribute. First you can see that. Classification, I am giving the syntax. What is the syntax? Mind classification. The pattern name you have to specify. Analyze what you want to analyze, classifying the attribute or dimension. That's what I am taking an example. Classification. And prediction, same way. Okay? 5 DML using all knowledge. One for this, I'll show you this one. What is that? This, all this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 4, I want different DML queue from different students. Or else, I don't think that you will get so many things. I have gone through the internet also. So we'll make it like that. First in the attendance, first 5 people. Second 10, 15, 20. 5 group together, make one. Is it okay? Hey, do we understand?
Ma'am, can we have to do this in group?
No. You write it by yourself. You see, you can discuss. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, ma'am.
And after assignment, let me put it today because you will be carefully doing it. On that assignment, we'll have 5 hours. Hello, do you understand what I'm saying? For practical, the 5 hours will be on the data mining query language, what you are writing now as an assignment. Don't copy just like that and send it to me. You will be in trouble. Respond. What happened?
Ma'am, could you please repeat the last statement?
Okay, whatever the assignment you are writing now, you have to write it by hand and submit it to me by scan. Is it okay? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Second point. Whatever you are sending, the assignment, data mining query language, complete data mining query language, you will be having your Viva verse. I'll be asking questions for that assignment during the practical session, practical examination. Viva will be on the data mining query language only, not on your practical. Understood?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Other students, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt?
Ma'am, deadline for the assignment.
Okay, deadline is good question. November 30th.
20th. Okay.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
November 20th is okay for everyone? So the left out is only one internal, that is second internal. Okay, after classification, you can write the second internal. If no more question, no more suggestion, no more debate, shall I sign off?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Huh? You don't want to?
No, ma'am. I just want to ask, like, you have mentioned something about five people. What's that? I didn't understand that.
Okay, don't make it individually, you write and send it. That's all. What I said, in the attendance, 5 people, first 5 people can discuss about the data mining query language. You can write it common because so many examples are not available. That's what I'm saying. Jay Krishnan, do you understand? Take one example for first set of 5 people. Second set, take another example. Third set, take another example. So that I'll ask question only on that assignment. I'm facilitating you. Do you understand?
Okay, ma'am. Got it.
Others okay? Others for others okay? So first,
Yes, ma'am.
5 people are there. 5 set people are there. 5 different problems should be there. So that I can ask question only on your assignment. I'm facilitating you. What is that? Otherwise, I'll ask general question to everyone. So which way you want to have?
Ma'am, assignment based group.
Assignment based, 5 people in the attendance group together, one problem. We'll say one example. Other example, next 5 set of people should not take the same example. It should be different example. And third 5 set should take a different example. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Any doubt? Jay Krishnan, shall I sign off with your permission?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.